So this video is going to be mainly unedited, and I came to a realization yesterday. And yesterday I was walking on the street, in the park, and I felt so much power. I felt so much confidence, and I actually felt quite good. And it made me realize, like, why am I feeling like this today? Because in general, to be honest, I started self-improvement for about 6 months now, so I'm still learning a lot. But to be honest, in general, I don't feel a lot of power. I don't feel a lot of confidence. I still lack a lot of confidence. And this is one point I really have to work, I really have to work upon. So, like, actually raising my confidence. So it made me realize, like, why am I feeling a certain way, Let me adjust the camera real quick. Let me just take a seat because it's much more relaxing. So it made me realize, like, why am I feeling so much confidence, so much power? And it actually, like, when I was walking in the park, I actually saw a few women there, and I actually realized that I got so much more attraction from them. One of those women I actually held eye contact for a very long time. She was biking past me, and I could see that she was attracted to me, and just this feeling was quite good. It made me feel quite confident about myself. So yeah, why was I feeling a certain way? And I started to connect the dots a bit, because I have felt like this before. And like I told you, normally I don't really feel like this. Normally I feel quite a bit insecure, not like really insecure, because I know I've accomplished certain things, but yeah, quite insecure in general. So yeah, and it made me realize, okay, why am I feeling like this? So first I thought about, is it just because I did something fun yesterday? Because the day before I went to a festival, and to be honest, I don't really go to festivals a lot, but I still like to go once or twice a year, just go to a hardstyle festival. And was it just because I really enjoyed myself that I feel really good right now? But I don't think that's the thing, because I've did fun things before, and I didn't really felt that same way. So what was it? I think the reason why I felt so good about myself was because I had confidence in the area where I was. I had confidence in the thing that I was doing. I knew that I was doing, the right thing, and I enjoyed myself. So the same feeling I had with, when I'm biking, or when I'm skiing, and sometimes when I came home from friends, from certain social situations, especially when those social situations were any good, where I had good conversations with people, And another situation where I had the same feeling was when I was at holiday. So a few months ago I went to Egypt on my own, and I didn't want to go all alone, but I went anyway, and I had an amazing holiday. So I knew I was doing something good. I knew I had overcome my fear of going alone a bit. So I think it all comes back to competence, like being good at something. And because you know you are good in something, you are confident in your ability to do that thing. Let's say you are really good in certain social situations. Your social skills are really good. And when you handle certain social situations good, you've basically got confidence in your ability to handle yourself in these social situations. For example, you go on a date, but instead of being very anxious about your date, you're very confident, because you know you have skills in those departments. Your confidence is good. You are competent in your social skills. And we can lead this back to other things as well. For example, in the gym, you know. For example, I'm quite confident in the gym because I know I've accomplished certain things. And I think it's very important to have confidence because it will not only make you feel really good about yourself, and it will not only fill yourself with a lot of power. And if you have power, you can do certain things. You can do more things in life because you have the ability to do those things. So the next question is then, like, how do we actually make sure we get more confident? How do we keep getting that same confidence and that same power so we can actually use it for good purposes, like finding a good woman, or starting your business, or going to the gym? I think one of the best ways to do this is to get competent in things and to actually increase your level. So for example, you want to increase your social skills, you want to be confident in social situations, so you got to improve your social skills. And one of the best ways to do this is to actually read a book about it, go to some YouTube videos about it, like how to actually increase your social skills. And when you actually listen to certain YouTubers, you will automatically copy their way of speaking. And when you know this, when you have a basic of information, you can actually go out in public and actually practice it, because this is just as important as actually finding the right information. So that's just social skills, but there are other ways as well. You want to be good in business, so you have to increase your skill in business. And when you've actually increased your skill in business, read a few books about it, you'll be much more confident in doing the thing you are doing. Let's say you want to start your own little business, right? So you start reading a few books, you start listening to a few podcasts, and you actually get confident in the thing because you have the ability to navigate those things. You know the steps which to take. Therefore, you will be more confident. So I think it will be much harder if you don't look at all this information, if you don't know the necessary steps, because then you have to figure it out all by yourself, and therefore you will be less confident in doing that thing. But I think it's very important for you to actually find out how to actually be better at something and actually push yourself to be better at that thing. For example, one of those things for me is public speaking, speaking for the camera, and actually increasing my social skills as well, talking to women. And one of my failures here is that I really want to improve those things, but I say to myself, I want to improve those things, but I don't always take the necessary steps to improve them, and I don't always find the necessary information. So I am not perfect here, but I know which steps I should take. And I'm not saying I don't do those things at all. I could do certain things better, be critical about yourself, about the things you can actually improve. And if we actually improve those things, we will be more competent in those things, and therefore our confidence will rise. So I think confidence, it's so beautiful, and you might be able to relate to this. So back in the days, I was a ski instructor, so I would go to Austria for the whole season, and I would teach people how to ski. And therefore my ability to actually ski was quite good, and there was a certain point where I would be free for a whole month. So this was basically after the whole skiing season. I had so I could stay for 1 month and ski for myself. And in that period, I really, really increased my skiing skills because I was skiing every day. And therefore, after a few weeks, I actually felt quite confident in my ability to ski and my ability to handle myself. And therefore, when I was skiing, I felt so big of a rush of energy. I felt so much confidence in my ability to handle myself, and I was pushing myself to the limit to get better every time, And therefore, also when I was, outside of skiing, when I was walking on the street, for example, I still felt confident because, I knew I was good at something. And, I think it's confidence comes from a point of power, and therefore women also like confident men because confident men are competent. Women go for confident men because they know they are successful in life, they have achieved something, and therefore people are confident. And of course, you can like fake your confidence, of course, but I think they will find out at some point that you faked your confidence. Okay, that's it for now, guys. I hope you can relate to this story, and I hope you've learned something about increasing your confidence, because I truly think it's something beautiful to develop in your life. But you are not just automatically gonna develop some confidence. Oh yeah, let me just act more confidently and then my confidence will rise. That's just like fake confidence. Actual confidence gives you a lot of power, and a lot of you're basically confident in your ability to handle yourself. That's it for now, guys. Spartans, prepare for glory.